until someone take you to the top so you become everything that you've been dreaming of. Baby, I've been in LA for too long, and I still ain't found a place to call home. Ain't no fun in making it all alone. All this glamour at Grammy parties ain't the same. Had me wishing that I never got on that plane. Now I'm stuck in California, just trying to get to you. I might drive back down to Georgia and wait there for you. I seen the fame, baby, they can have it. It ain't got nothing on you. Now I'm stuck in California with dreams that came true. Now I'm stuck in California, and it leads me back to you. Now I'm stuck in California, I'm just trying to get to you. Look away my insecurities, replace it with a bottle of Hennessy. Baby, I think that they all remember me. Mine ain't the same anymore. Sleeping on these hotel floors, thinking how could I have gotten this far? Ooh, all this glamour, Grammy parties ain't the same. Got me wishing that I never got on that place. Now I'm stuck in California, just trying to get to you. I might drive back down to Georgia. Give it all you got until someone take you to the top so you become everything that you've been dreaming of. Baby, I've been in LA for too long, and I still ain't found a place to call home. Ain't no fun in making it all alone. All this glamour at Grammy parties ain't the same. Had me wishing that I never got on that plane. Now I'm stuck in California, just trying to get to you. I might drive back down to Georgia and wait there for you. I seen the fame, baby, they can have it. It ain't got nothing on you. Now I'm stuck in California with dreams that came true. Now I'm stuck in California, and it leads me back to you. Now I'm stuck in California, I'm just trying to get to you. Look away my insecurities, replace it with a bottle of Hennessy. Baby, I think that they all remember me. Mine ain't the same anymore. Sleeping on these hotel floors, thinking how could I have gotten this far? Ooh, all this glamour, Grammy parties ain't the same. Got me wishing that I never got on that place. Now I'm stuck in California, just trying to get to you. I might drive back down to Georgia and wait there for you. Cause I seen the fame, baby, they can have it. It ain't got nothing on you. Now I'm stuck in California with dreams that came true. Ooh. Now I'm stuck in California, and it leads me back to you. It leads me back.
Hey yo! Hey yo! I haven't launched the game yet, but hey yo! Let's get this game up, eh? Whoa, I don't want to start recording actually. I nearly just started recording. That wouldn't be good. But I should show the face, yeah. Is that the... Oh no, it is music, okay. Best go here, so we can listen to this. Updating state, oh, here we go.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
Time to continue. Where's this gonna go? What did my choices end up making? I feel like I'm about to destroy the world. Unintentionally. Oh yeah, I also forgot to get a drink. Dang it! I went downstairs to get a drink and ended up putting the dishes away. Fuck. Oh. Broke as poor. You know what? I like this atmosphere. That's cool. Day 371. A prominent response. The rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around and around in your head. Operatives working for advanced detonated nuclear explosives? Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Yeah, I'm gonna get that drink, actually. I need that drink! Alright. The drink of choice. Drink of champions. Pepsi Max. Let's go. Nice cup of ice. Yes. Okay. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly someone is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room and you find Sam sitting on the sofa, staring at the TV. The screen is off, and they're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they do reach out to take your hand in theirs. Now you're closer. You can see Sam's face more clearly. You see a look you've never seen before. Chris and Susie, they're both... I know. What do we do? What the hell can we do? Bastards killed Chris and Susie. There's millions of others, all because of their fucking war. Which we never asked for. Where there should be tears, there is only fire. Pure raw fury. They're maniac now. Or they're manic now. I hate them, Alex. I know you've always supported Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know you understand that we're not going to help them anymore. Advance did what was necessary. I'm glad they were prepared to do what we needed to protect ourselves. They're not protecting us. They've killed us. The hell? I don't think it's that simple. The country is suffering. This war has to end. Nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries is just as bad as they are. I mean, yeah, you don't send out nuclear warheads. What the fuck? Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Clearly this was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you've even processed it. Processed it? Yeah, processed it all fully yet. Ah, dry throat, dry mouth. I'll have a sip in a moment. But at least you'll get through it together. Sippies. Last week has passed in a blur, a rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten. Your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night, and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain, same sense of loss. It's written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your little girl, Susie, and Chris too, both just gone. Sam has said little since that evening, clearly still in shock. Not that you could blame them, you haven't been much better. Sam appears silent and squeezes your hand tightly, an act of desperation seeking comfort, and you squeeze back. Some small piece of you can't help but wonder, are you partly to blame? These scars will not fade quickly. There hadn't even been coffins to bury. Yeesh. Laying it on thick, aren't we? My god. But yeah, no, I've chosen a side already. Like, fucking, after that? It's a seemingly ordinary morning. But as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. Yeah, I hear you, mister. I hear you, Kit Kat. Meow, 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 meow. When you go... Yeah. God, he tripped me up. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that? Yeah, what's that? Bring the total up to now. Oh, I should think over 100 at this point. They won't all have been reported or noticed yet. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queensview University. With all other disappearances over the last year, scientists, doctors, researchers. She pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly disrupt targeting people speaking out against them. I even heard advances struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you all turn in unison towards the doorway. Bossman clears his voice before continuing. Told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance have been very clear that they're nothing to worry about, which means they're not our problem, and unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Bossman holds up a hand to keep you as everyone else flies out of the room. Hey? Look, I know you have a habit of doing what you want, but things are different now. Advance runs the show, and they've made their feelings clear. So now I'm doing the same. Channel 1's official position is that government has things well in hand. Nothing more, nothing less. Trust I won't be hearing talk about this again. It gives you a curt nod before leaving. Huh. Seems that for better or worse, public ownership is now in full swing. Shit. That's a lot of days passed. Good God. Day 850. A career in the making. You drum your fingers on the steering wheel impatiently as you wait for Charlie again. It's great he's enjoying his cohesion cadets, and is so enthusiastic, but does he really need to stay behind every week to help? It's your Saturday evening too, after all. Finally see him exit the hall, a grin on his face. You can't help but smile back. The frustration started to fade as you see him so genuinely happy. After hugging his friends goodbye, Charlie heads over to the car and gets in, his face flushed with excitement. So how was... You're interrupted as he can't contain himself any longer. Guess what? Oh, there's something in my throat there. Yeah, what? You play along with a smile. So obviously the Cohesion Cadets is a starting point for becoming a CCO, so we get a head start when applying for that. Charlie gushes, clearly keen on explaining his news, almost tripping over the words in his efforts to tell you. Well, apparently from next year, the top 5% of cadets will be taken into a special program to become CCMs, Community Cohesion Managers. Guess who's going to be in it? He beams at you. What exactly do these managers do? Well, basically they need a new liaison team between regular people, the CCOs, and the Betterment Department. And that will be us. People come to us with concerns and we'll decide whether they need referrals, and if so, to which department. Cool, right? So you're going to be helping people report on their friends and neighbors? Oh God. Sounds great. Congratulations, bud. With a grin from ear to ear, he sits back in his seat. Yeah, I'm so glad I joined. I can't wait to tell everyone. You chuckle. I think a celebration is in order. But how about pick up some takeaway on the way home? Yes, Soko. And the rest of the car ride is spent with Charlie listing every takeaway he can think of. So great to see him doing so well. Oh God. This could go very badly. A spark to light the flames. Day 872. Oh, what? I saw a fire on the TV there. There was a building. You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. They must have got in very late last night from drinks with folks from school. Decided to let them sleep in and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. I don't want to ever say that again. Reports coming in from across the country from large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centers countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julius Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided. A small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Fortunately, the CCOs were well prepared for the event like this, and Disrupt appeared to be disorganized in comparison. While there were a limited number of fatalities, there was entirely compromised Disrupt terrorists, with only 3 CCOs reported injured in the various conflicts across the country. A significant amount of Disrupt activists were arrested and incarcerated. awaiting transfer to a betterment center. More on this story as it develops. Turn off the TV. You're interrupted by Charlie walking into the living room, blurry-eyed, with a piece of toast. Anything interesting going on? He gestures to the TV. Mutely, you leave the news on as they cycle through the stories again. Charlie watches in a hushed silence. By the end of the broadcast, they're dubbing it the Night of Fire. Everything going to be okay, right? I hope we'll have to see. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm not liking either side. Like, at all. Oh, am I on the clock now? Oh no. The uprising. A year and a half since Liberation Night.
Can you hear me? Alex? This is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and to be frank, we need your help. I know you've never been that sympathetic to our cause, but since the bombs, well, you've seen what happened. They have to be stopped, Alex. You know it in your heart, and tonight, well, it might be our very last chance. Play our tape at the second break. It's on your right. And please, when I hack in, let my message reach the people just once, just tonight, before advance can't be stopped.
My dignity, my reputation.
It's all right once you get past the teeth and the problematic tattoo.
I am perfectly capable of messing up my own love life.
Sorry about that. David wouldn't get off the phone.
Oh, is David single?
For Christ's sake, Colin, stay out of it.
Which one is it? This one?
I'm an expert at romance. Ask my ex-wives.
Please don't set me up with your brother. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
You're not as tight, babe.
Too short?
Too smart. Going in 5, 4, 3.
The newsroom for tonight's national.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News, broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top stories tonight: ashes to ashes. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted attacks across the territories. The coordinated action, dubbed the Night of Fire by commentators, was seen as an attempt to subvert the supply chain, but there may have been more to it. While emergency services were all kept busy at the agricultural centres, it seems a series of covert attacks was carried out, including the freeing of political prisoners and, sources say, several assassination attempts. The Department of Betterment have declined to comment. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. Happy talk. Record happiness levels have been reported today across the territories. As more and more former countries join the new future, a survey carried out by scientists at Queensview University reveals a stunning fall in depression, self-harm and suicides, especially in those territories which have historically faced the most unjust of divisions. According to the professors, the binominal trajectories of the Bezier distribution show signs of becoming both inverted and protracted when dispersed over the square root of time. By applying Harrington's third law in conjunction with the vowels variation, we can clearly see that things are looking
confused the fuck out of everybody.
for Julia Salisbury and Advance. Any dream will do. Oddball Disrupt spokesman Alan James today set out Disrupt's vision for what he calls a return to free society. However, the problematic provocateur avoided answering any questions on the movement's increasingly sinister tactics. Leading commentator and regular guest on the National Nightly News, Katie Brightman, has been notably outspoken against both Disrupt and Mr. James himself. Her family reported today that she's not been seen since last Tuesday. 3 stories we've been reporting on reached their revelatory conclusions today. Firstly, driver Flard bargain. Capitalising on the global success of Die Flard the movie,
Oh, you can't even choose.
CEO Sophia Remington today welcomed followers to the First United Church
There we
of
go.
Flard. Sophia, who quit her role as CEO of Remington's Fist to take up the role of High Flard Mistress, said the idea came to her in a vision, saying, "I was elbow deep in Blunderclatch when I felt something unexpectedly Flard." A surprising ending there for Sophia Remington after a turbulent 2.5 years running the company. Fun guy. Unexpected news today as 2 familiar scientists announced the birth of an extraordinary child. The underground struggle of doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborg-Horgensvoord captured the hearts of people around the world. And after an arduous return voyage, which took over a year, the couple say they've never been happier. Baby Dante is said to be healthy, if a bit partial to the airing cupboard. Man on. Footballer Johnny Handsleeves and his new wife Tiffany Lamour proudly announced today that their little team was 1-0 up at full time, which apparently means that they're having a baby. Once beset by tabloid controversy, Johnny seems to be settling well into family life, calling this latest news the ultimate golden goal, if a golden goal also peed on you. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Today is the day we take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated
I did the
to
message.
remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick. We're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days.
There.
No, she's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard you read that... Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what?
We've lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me and dedicate the
boys in editing just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
The Unity footage?
We can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems that the ceremony
boy.
is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25
Let's go.
Running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late-night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these United Territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. Moments before I was supposed to give a speech, not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself, and I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and from behind me I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he'd stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious, beautiful and new, this shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex.
equality and
There'll be
humanity.
another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
Despite his accomplishments,
There's my side.
he forged the boundaries he pushed. To me,
What is this, though?
he'll always be the man in his pants cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Shall we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Now, Alex, control the message.
Mom, we have to get you to safety. Come with us.
I'm not leaving, I can't!
Oi!
You two, come with me! Don't panic! Help us here, look. We're gonna help you. We need a medic here! You're hurting me!
Well, stop resisting then. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
Not resisting!
What are you doing?
I'm not resisting! You saw! Not resisting!
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here.
Understand!
I said turn the fucking camera off. Open. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes, medics are coming. You sit down.
No, I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here.
Beginning request authorization. Centigrades are requested. Target approaching Songbird.
More than 10 million people. Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you. This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it?
Rise up! Take to the streets! The time has come! Stop fires! Break windows! Draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist!
Lower your weapons!
Mom?
I said lower your weapons now!
Centigrade authorization was granted. None.
It was unnecessary. Can't you see?
Will you turn that off, please, sir? I said, please turn. Shocking scenes from the capital there, exclusively on the National Nightly News, and our apologies to any of our viewers who might have found this evening's events upsetting. But at the National Nightly News, we believe in bringing you the raw, unedited truth as it happens, and we make no apologies for that. We'll update you on the latest from this disrupt attack later in the programme, but when we come back, it's time for happier pursuits, and you know what that means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
That didn't go so well, Alex.
Safe for the crew,
But we can turn it around in the next segment.
Good distance from the unit base.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
becoming a weekly event.
It's different tonight. This is the big one.
Great. So there's a revolution happening outside and we're after dangly fucking parts.
That's journalism, apparently. Can we get set for the next sequence?
Well, that was a D. D for dumb. Like, Jesus.
Bigger throws. What do we got? Around. We got tons of throws. We got throws to put in your hallway, to put in your stowaway, to put in your doorway. What do we got?
Oh, doorways.
No, throws.
Thrones.
Throws. We've got all sorts of crazy stuff to bling your experience. You want it in gold? We've got it in gold. We've got gold-plated strawberries, gold-plated cars, gold-plated helicopters, gold-plated jet planes. We've got gold-plated gold. We gold-plated.
Okay.
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds. Our operatives will do the rest.
5 seconds, huh?
This is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No.
What?
No.
10 seconds, everybody. Sorry, Craig. It's a no. Okay, we are going in 5.
Oh, is he the guy?
4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the notice board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radon. Tell me, why do you think the public love the notice board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out of the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic
That's the limo.
people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the notice board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
Oh, it's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent, my look.
Wow, we really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard our man's on camera 4.
I have a real sense of responsibility now. You know, a sense
Get back to the interview, Alex.
something precious, and I should use that platform for good.
I think that's really important, that we should use this platform to do good in the world. I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many underprivileged people.
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them a go.
Is that better access to education, or reducing child poverty?
Oh, no, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Northerns, I presume so.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never thought of it that way before.
And I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is
Name
about your life
booms.
that's so desirable then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough for me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do. Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course. Keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody... It's time for the go code. Give us 3 booms in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. You might just pull this off. Push forward! 3 booms, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend. Rip for no reason.
You missed it.
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifit classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to move it.
Yes!
Looks like all those lifting classes.
Free booze, let's go.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable
Let's hope that's enough.
Surely there's
At least you tried, Alex.
alive strong enough to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hi-ya!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
My God! Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No. Laura, tell me, Why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature, but really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fate, or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community
missed that one.
cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
It's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
Damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
Yep.
That was it, the final ever episode of the Notice Board, and what a way to end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning, so don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place, eh?
What advert is this, Alex? I don't remember passing it for broadcast. Think you made a mistake there.
I've got 4 kinds of sausage. Hey, you. You coming to the after party? Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's this one about?
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right,
My mother is a
final
nurse,
orders
and
will
my
be given.
father worked in a factory.
We'll get 3 chances.
I was
Get
the
at least
first
2
one
of them
in my
right,
family to
and
go
we're
to
going to win this
university.
thing. It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
I always envied my friends who had so much more. Over the years, my jealousy grew. So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were.
I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by advance's naive policies.
Please, Sarah,
policies
anything.
born from
Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
absurd
Hi,
redistribution.
I'm Maddie. Johnny just said to ask if you need a touch-up.
Did she? That's my shade, is it?
Yeah.
This is my shade?
You can run back to Jenny now. Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can tell me. At all, like at all.
They've said no one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears. Ugh. Going in 5, 4, 3.
My God.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Paris.
Hey, Magic, how are you?
Of tonight's shocking disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please
So
give
much
a warm
thumping going
National
on.
Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
The Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by me.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Watts, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, oh, John. We're having a baby.
Okay.
How can this be? Oh, woe is me. Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of safety.
In our
2?
flat, we built a peaceful.
How the fuck is that one?
Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby.
Oh, what?
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30.
What the fuck?
No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how you swallow.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one woes. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life. We're having a baby. We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're having a baby. No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have Childless Day.
We're having a baby and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Family and grace. Now we're having a baby. We're having a baby. No more stars and no more. We're having a baby. 18 years old, bills and lease. Time for a whole new phase. We're having a baby. One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having
Amazing. The Novaries there, treating us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the capital city district.
no.
And we'll be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on you got, come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello. Hi Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here. Oh really, are you fans of the show? Yeah, it used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
with matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
Right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt, pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boreham-Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Satley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you're all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? with your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J!
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it. And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. You know, in real
I did
life
this
as well as
part
on the
like
show.
an hour ago and it did not listen to what it said the first time.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
Oh.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some.
I'm kind of wondering what kind of ending I'm going to get from everything I've done already.
Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack, Jen Janet, Jill Jen, Janet Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical. It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing and bitching and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh god, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital. It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
He is not happy.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing.
Well,
This piece isn't peaceful.
Stand by, Alex.
Oh.
The orange.
It's about children and why you shouldn't have them.
Sense of the
Anyway,
orange.
I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well about 35, as they're the most likely
Block
to
all the
be victim of
orange.
this terrible problem. Terrible problem.
having children.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
Wow, this isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
You're very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one, because you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, you haven't finished yet? Ah, okay.
Obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story...
Because I know I got to the end of chapter 2 before it got released.
I'm dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Yes. Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children...
They're just talking on the side. What are they saying?
Are a blessing.
Are you working with the government? No.
And
Definitely not. Not.
Already loads of bastards running around all over the place. So.
We just want people to
They killed my kids, man.
a childhood life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The noble is there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick
Ooh.
Bannon reporting
Yeah, 'cause I
from
got
the scene of
this
tonight's
here.
devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So,
Lemonade.
situation now,
Lemonade
please
sounds good
state-
right now.
Yes.
Dope.
The
Like, it's very
security
cool right now.
services performed their duties without hesitation, and I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about
Oh.
the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement, who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course.
Call them terrorists now?
Speak there on
So that's how she discriminates, huh?
Stay at home tonight. Do not become...
Blocked out the orange. She was going against them.
Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear
Didn't he say to block out the orange?
famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength.
I wasn't listening to what she was saying. I'm more preoccupied with this.
Now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of
Oh, yeah, yeah.
flying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's National Nightly News. But before we go, tonight's National Nightly News.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and it's pretty scary out there tonight. So stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this programme that the turbulence will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building the new future with equality, fairness, and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Vice Jet, 11 o'clock. Charges free, sir. Permission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look over the window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. She's coming down.
Fuck. That's a lot of red there. Shit. Worrying debt. Oh no. Okay. Oh boy. I'm guessing if I did more towards them, they would have succeeded. Right? An important review. Oh god, I'm about to get fired, aren't we? Oh god, okay. Day 913, an important review. You arrive at work a little early despite a stressful journey in. You still aren't quite sure of everything that happened, though if a swarm of CCOs all over the building is anything to go by, this isn't just Channel 1 matter. Isn't just a Channel 1 matter. This is confirmed when you are informed you need to speak with Bossman immediately and are escorted to his office. You sit nervously outside waiting for your boss. A few minutes later, the boss arrives, disheveled, and with a stern-looking CCO in tow. Ah yes, Winston, good, this is Specialist Apples. She will be observing this interview. Please, come inside and take a seat. The ruddy-faced man bustles into his office and leaves the door open for you to follow. The few times you've been here before, it was immaculate, with everything in its proper place. Not so today. It must be serious for Bossman to be this flustered. So Alex, do you know why you're here today? I never like it when they say that. That's so fucked. Do you know why you're here, young man? You've never gotten a lower grade than A? Yeah, I'm very bad at this. I don't know like the right things to do. I just go with the flow and just somehow get D's. Maybe B's and C's, sometimes A's. Bossman's eyes are sharp and his gaze is fixed on your face from across the desk. Apples is standing behind you, out of sight, but definitely not out of mind. Not really, no. I wasn't involved with anything that happened yesterday. I assume to do with what happened with Disrupt last night. I can't say that I wasn't part of it, because I have proof. What happened last night was nothing short of a culmination of a heinous and outrageous campaign of terror that Disrupt has been reaping on this nation and its territories. Bossman shoots a glance behind you to your left, where your CCO observer is standing, and it is, of course, our duty to root out this rot wherever we find it, to prevent anything like last night happening ever again. I've been asked by Advance to perform interviews with all staff members involved, and with submitting a personal review of your performance, both during the incident in question and throughout your time here. This can only end well. His expression remains stern. Just tell the truth, Winston, and this will all be over soon. Arranging some papers, Bossman clears his throat and begins. Obviously, a lot has happened last night. Number of interviews to conduct today, so I'd rather not waste any time. Be brief, concise, and clear in your answers. You nod. So, let's start with the beginning of the broadcast and work our way through. After the attack at the memorial, you seem to have portrayed the terrorists in quite a sympathetic light. Why? I showed what was happening, the news, that's our job, right? I did what I felt was right in a very stressful situation. Yeah, I showed what was happening. I see. So you're saying it couldn't be helped, and you had to show the aftermath as you did. Kit Kat, what are you doing? Hey? Come here. Watch out. Little furball, you're making a racket. What are you doing? Yeah, I'll be sure to make note of that. Funny how unauthorized footage always seems to find its way into your broadcasts. Bossman scribbles some notes down. The noise of his pen scratching into the notepad, punctured only by the constant tick-tock of his ornate clock. Hopefully this will all be over soon. Reviewing the broadcast, we noticed something a little odd about a particular camera choice. It was while everyone else was talking, or where did I put it? Ah, yes, here we are. Do you recognize this? With a flourish, Bossman produces a leaflet from the notice board and places it on the desk in front of you. I assumed it was just part of the set. Why else would it have been there on the camera? So you're saying the blame lies entirely with the crew on set? There's no way you could possibly use your own judgment to have determined it wasn't unsuitable, You hear a disapproving grunt from the CCO behind you. Typical Winston, we shall see. Not exactly subtle there. Yeah, I've got a kitty in my arms right now. I don't know what it is. In this office, it's basically just a bedroom. But he loves to try and open up the wardrobe door. But I've got something blocking it, so now he's just trying to push that out of the way. Being an absolute little pest. Alright, off you go, mister. I think you've had enough head scratches. There we go. Okay. Right, towards the end of the show, there appeared to be some issues with sensor equipment. At this point, Bossman pauses for a moment, putting a lid on his pen and placing it carefully on the desk, perpendicular to his notebook. How did you explain the fact you censored perfectly the acceptable language during the final segment? So the censoring the orange was the right thing to do. Ah, cool. I didn't hear wrong. There seemed to be an issue with the machine. Frankly, forget to do his checks again. I do what the display tells me. I don't decide what's supposed to be censored. It would be a very strange coincidence that one of our key pieces of equipment were to develop a malfunction at the exact time Disrupt chose to attack. A disappointing but not unsurprising lapse by an incompetent employee seems much more likely. But I suppose we won't know until maintenance have had a chance to check it out properly. Silence takes over as Bossman writes some notes. How many more questions will you have to answer? At this point, Bossman took out a pair of glasses and placed them, somewhat delicately, at the end of his nose. Then the portly man leaned forward to examine his notes in detail. Now, obviously, we expect the odd bit of interference here and there, unavoidable, however. He paused, turning the page at an agonizing pace. My interview with the boss man did not go this way. Oh. Oh boy. Interference is not the same as terrorist propaganda. Would you care to explain how quite so much of their messaging found its way into our airways? With everything else going on, I didn't realize it until it was too late. Machine's been out of date for years. Even the last update didn't make life any easier. Yeah, I'll do that one. Out of the corner of your eye, you note Specialist Abels is visibly more attentive, awaiting your boss's response. Well, it's certainly true that accidents do happen. But it's an amazing coincidence how often they seem to happen when you're around Winston. Bossman's smile is anything but warm, and Abels glances towards you with a stare that can only be described as glacial. You offer a strained smile back. A loud creak breaks the growing silence, as Bossman leans back in his chair. The tape of that poor Miss Brightman. Why did you play it? Help me understand. Why play that tape? As you meet his gaze, you're almost surprised to see an earnest concern in the old man's eyes. I was worried that Disrupt might do... Yeah, I was worried what they might do if I didn't play it. It seemed like the news. Isn't that what we do? Show the news? Yeah, was worried. Watcher's boss was slowly cleans his glasses before answering. Well, at the end of the day, you chose to do it, Alex. I know what I've done in your shoes. After all, you have a habit of playing tapes you shouldn't, don't you? He clears his throat and leans forward again, staring at you for a moment before continuing. That is, however, all I had for you. Thank God it's over. I think that's all the information we need for now, Winston. Bosman looks questioningly at the CCO, but by the time you've turned around for the moment he has passed, best you just go home for now. There's no work for you until we get a new satellite tower. But of course, don't leave town. I may have more questions for you following the other interviews. As you leave, you see open hostility in Specialist Apple's eyes. Well, you knew there'd be consequences. Oh boy. So we've lost 2 kids. Our third is an aspiring CCO. No, CCM now. I don't know why you want that wardrobe, mister. And yeah, the wife is hysterical. Day 1217. Yeesh. Banquet for some. It's your anniversary. A week away couldn't have been just what the doctor ordered for you and Sam. Or could have. But after speaking to the travel agents, there's just no way you can afford it. Maybe next year. You lost 2 kids? Yeah, 2 kids, Advance had to decided to bomb a certain place that the kids actually went off on vacation on. We scrounged up enough money to send them on the school trip. And Advance was just like, oh yeah, we'll just send a nuclear warhead to that location. So now they're dead, along with hundreds of others. So we only have 1 kid. Yeah. And I don't like this horrible... I've always been in debt, which is such a pain. Decided to go with Advance at the beginning, and then I'm starting to think, okay, probably not a good idea. Still, just because you can't have a holiday doesn't mean you can't make tonight special. You have the day off today, so you could try and make a nice romantic meal for them this evening. Though they did expressly tell you not to bother this morning. You think a cheap, last-minute gesture won't change anything, were their exact words. It'd be nice to have a lovely evening together. You'll make it up for them next year. We've got to have something. We've got to do something. You get to work, turning the house into the perfect romantic setting for tonight. Everything's going according to plan. Sam's going to love it. Patiently, you wait for them to arrive. You even had time to single-handedly clean the entire house, floor to ceiling. Damn, it took hours. But Sam will appreciate it, and that's all that matters. Haven't been poor in the game? Does it have an effect? It does. Like, your kids want to be able to do stuff, like you want to be able to go out and stuff like that. If you're too poor, you can't do it. Or you end up in more debt. I think at one point there was another trip or something like that. There was something. I had straight up said, no, we can't afford it. I think it was for, it was something for Charlie. Like, he wanted to go on to, like, some sort of boot camp or something like that, but we couldn't do it. Couldn't afford it. Whatever the case was, yeah. But yeah, no, it does affect it. So I'm thinking if I do another playthrough, I'm gonna do things differently. You hear keys in the lock and put final touches in place. As Sam steps into the hallway, you're waiting in the doorway in the kitchen. Oh. Explosion! Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Yeah. You're waiting in the doorway in the kitchen, dressed in the nines and acting as nonchalant as possible. Hydrate. Oh, I do need a hydration. Thank you for that. Yeah, Alex? What's all this? Oh my god, did you clean? And what's that smell? They give you a quick kiss as they step past you in the kitchen, where the banquet is laid out. Candles lit, with Charlie standing quietly, grinning. Oh my god, Alex! Happy anniversary, Sam! Happy anniversary, Charlie echoes as Sam turns to you, smiling with tears in their eyes. Alex, it's perfect. This is all you really need. It's the thought that counts. You could do so much with just a few bucks. And maybe what you already got in the house, but yeah, you could do so much. Sam rushes over and kisses you softly, only breaking off when you get at least that subtle cough from Charlie. So I got officially accepted into the Community Cohesion Management Program, Charlie blurts out. What did you just say? Charlie picks up a rucksack next to him and heads towards the front door. Have a great evening. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll be around to friends tonight and back tomorrow, so don't wait up. Sam meets your eyes and you both chuckle. You pull out Sam's chair for them. Why, thank you, Sam says, taking his seat and grinning at you. So Charlie's been busy. They shake their head as you take your own seat opposite them. Tomorrow, for now, you really didn't have to do all this, Alex. I know I wanted to. I love you, Sam. I love you too, they breathe, admiring the... what is that, panoply? Monopoly? Of food you prepared for them? Now where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne of the evening. You're very lucky to have such a wonderful family. Who could ask for more? That's a lot of days. That's what the fuck? I chopped down. Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch Bullet Man for years, but you missed it in the cinemas and it never seemed to be in stock when one of you went to pick it up with the VHS. That's enough slices. Oh. Now you're just waiting for them to get home so you can start. You hear the front door open as you put a bowl of popcorn on the coffee table. We're all ready to go. Get your button here. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both film and snacks as they sit down next to you. You actually nudge them to break their stupor. What is it, Sam? I've just been let go from work. Sam is just staring into space. Apparently there just isn't a need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Not enough children, so they can't justify the expense. Oh, God. Sure you find another place. No, you don't get it. That just isn't the demand for younger years teachers anymore. Not just here, anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do. What we're going to do. You pull Sam into a hug. No, things are tough, but we'll think of something. Ow. We're barely scraping by as it is, and now? She starts to sob. We're going to have to sell the house. I can't see any other option. We've got too many debts to pay. If that's what we have to do, fine. It's only the 2 of us living here now anyway. I suppose you're right. What is with this film grain? Still, I hate the idea of losing this place. Think of everything that's happened here. They fall silent, thinking. Eventually you start the film, but neither of your hearts are in it. Too busy thinking about the future. Still, a house isn't everything. It's the people who make it a home. Home is where the heart is, after all. Achievement unlocked, change of scenery. Oh god. So yeah, there's one of the financial decisions or financial scenes right there. Gotta sell the house. Get a smaller place. And I guess we're gonna go live again? (1975). 3 years since the uprising.
Winston, I know we don't see eye to eye on much, but things could be significantly worse. Why don't you try to muddle through for a change rather than your established approach of giving me a headache? If not for me, do it for the children, Alex. It's advances ill-conceived to bring your daughter to work day today, so there's even more people than usual for you to disappoint.
Oh boy.
At 10 p.m, it's time for Julia's diary.
That's just straight up pulled out. What the fuck? What happened to the power box? You've given me 3 tapes.
She's the floor manager. Hi, Stacey. That's Colin. He, do you know what? Just don't talk to Colin.
Not getting involved and bring your daughter to work day, Colin?
Nah, we don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to Mum.
We don't believe in it.
Just days.
What the fuck?
Atta girl.
10 seconds, everybody. What, all of it?
Monday's a myth.
That explains so much. Okay, we are going in 5.
I guess we're doing these ones.
3.
He's just dead staring at her.
The NNN. I'm Megan Wolf. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So
She is so not happy.
My foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
All right then. Here are the stories that matter to you. First up, with advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked
Look at that update though. This is the one I just did. Ah.
when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions
Oh boy.
has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Drew in Humberset. To take our minds off things, me and my partner have been building this house for our hamster. It really does distract us from thinking about the 85% sterility rate. So next week, we're building Nibbles a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and a holiday home. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it. Next up, you You know how we love your uncanny, comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. I'm not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot, or the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day.
I was about to say, why does everything look so new? But I can understand why. New tower, new facility.
Peter Clement in my
It's all looking nice and clean.
Oh, I'm not sure if I see it, Catherine, but then again, I'm only on my third. Do keep those coming in. Come on, let me have a go. We've just got time for one more of your stories, and this one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation. That's it, just tell us who it's from, yeah, and then read it out, okay? Apparently, this is from Sherry in Pendon. Here I am, just 6 months out of betterment. I'm healthy, sober and working thanks to the facilities I had access to on the inside. I'll never have to go back to my old life of stealing cars and burning down charity shops. I just wanted to share. We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to become.
Okay.
Do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey. No, you're right, thanks. Come on, give it a try. Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Oh god. I guess I don't have much choice there.
First up tonight on the NNN, it's time to celebrate this week's team lottery winners live from the Shakespeare Theatre right here in the capital. We're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. I suppose you don't think much of her either, eh, Stacey?
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay. Surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards. Of all the duties I have as team leader, this is by far the most pleasant. As I
Good program on TV.
The uneven past is now following the demise of Disrupt.
He's like, what am I doing here? I'm mute and play another, so you head of me. Fair enough. My favorite program, TV, nice. How you going, Sliver?
To be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome to Alfie Touchbadger. So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Is he all right?
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Oh, could you turn it on?
He says it drains the battery.
Well, we tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he says that's fine then.
Well?
And I will help him with that.
If you would. Sorry, can't get the staff.
Oh, jeez.
We got it.
So, Alfie. What? You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just the ears.
Who are you? 2 sugars, please.
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister.
I love this story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, so you're a
woman?
Yeah, a woman. One of
Women can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Oh, and you piss standing up.
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. 2 sugars, please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that. So
When I was 9, I wanted a pet, so I asked me mum and pap. There was no television then, back then, you know. We made our own entertainment out of coal and roadkill.
Well, that's fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it were a dog, but it were a stone.
A stone?
Yes. So I called it Patch, which was a popular name for a dog back then on account of the king having a patchy face. And I
Someone getting fired tonight? Probably.
2 pretty little Gertie Thimble who lived down the road.
Oh, how romantic.
So far, I haven't lost my job.
Threw my dog in the river.
Somehow.
That was the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Oh no, I've been married 7 times, divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, see? Yes, I'm just lucky.
Ah.
Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie. First, let's turn to the reason we're all here.
Oh,
the
God.
Weekly Territory 1 Team Awards. First up tonight is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours. She works at a transition centre in Hamble-Bamblebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven past, she'd have been locked up. Tonight, she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Snitster.
Are you here to change me?
Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
She looks like she's about to fucking manhandle him.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
There he goes, look.
I can't get the arms up any higher than that. You'll have to go down now.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us, and now the territories are thriving.
Are we in? As the actress said to the bishop.
Yes, thank you. I've got it from here.
Well done. Daphne Snitster, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Don't hold back there. She's probably one of Peter's homemade Eccles cakes.
Got it. I've won a holiday for 2 in Territory 15. Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
Hang on a minute. Isn't it still on fire?
Daphne Snitster, everyone.
Oh, what about my change? I've been in these wide fronts for 3 days now.
We'll get to that, Alfie.
Oh, right you are, love.
Next up tonight is a couple from Farnley who, after a rocky start losing their family's ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced the new future, setting up a community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia.
She's the only one talking.
You know, when I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand a bloody word he said. But he were my best mate.
Should we just grab them for ourselves? Probably for the best.
And his best mate was Smudger Hayes. There was them two. Fiddly Eric. Unstable Terry, and of course, Leggy Sydney. She were a girl, but she had a boy's name, so they shipped her to the front anyway. First girl any of us has
Oh,
ever
don't
seen.
beat me.
She's dead now. They all are. Smudger and Scotty never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankworth prison in an argument over an olive. And Terry, he exploded quietly at home. Sydney got a fatal skin condition. Scratched herself to death. It makes you think.
Thanks, Alfie. Great contribution. So, Otho and Lavinia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, we discovered there were actually people who had never even owned a pony.
I used to have 3.
So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, I'm sure we could debate that all night, but there's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, before we do, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Oh, absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
When advance came to power, you took all of our wealth. You took the shirts off of our backs.
Quite literally, in my case, I used to collect shirts.
You might as well have the rest of it, too.
Oh, security!
Oh God, not again. If I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Pennies in the news are not good bedfellows.
Tad better. And you are? Oh, no.
What a go! It isn't right and it isn't fair.
You tell him, girl. That's my wife, you know.
Oh, he's enjoying himself.
Pearls and swine, it isn't right. We used to have 3 horses. Then turned to Bethel and Hunwell. And now what have we got? 2 mangy goats, 1 mongrel dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that would bloody shut up!
Can we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. Oh, here we go again. Hello, Alfie Tags Badger. Pleased to meet you.
Looking at Jackson Sergeant Bennett,
Oh!
Stop them!
Don't worry, love. I'll protect you. Oh, 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 oh.
What he knows.
You know, this reminds me of when I was in my 20s and we go to the promenade at Shining on Sea and watch all the pretty girls on the beach.
He does, he's got the moves.
Black and white then, of course. We'd visit the Penny Arcade and try to win a block of lard to take home for the family. You couldn't buy lard in those days. You had to win it. Oh, it was so much simpler back then.
Jesus, okay.
Boys were boys, girls were girls.
Beat the shit out of her, what the fuck?
Recruited by the circuses. There were loads of them, you see, circuses, with their big tents and their candy. You'd hear the music, the pipe organ, drifting over the nearby fields. My mum used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost her hearing after giving a particularly loud round of applause. Did you ever go?
They just killed her!
What's that, Alfie?
Oh, never mind. Yeah, just a tea, pet.
Well, that was an unexpected dose of naked nostalgia. Some people simply can't let go of the past. That's why I look in joy and fervent admiration at the younger generation. So cohesive, such a team. And with fertility falling throughout the territories, we should value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Our final winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got 'em, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighbourhood. Since then, he's gone on to be a senior cohesion cadet leader and organised all of the entertainment at last year's camp cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverley.
You should be in a transition centre, you old Prime Minister. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We're very similar, in my opinion.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
Nonsense, Prime Minister. You have saved this country. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic, with 9 hits.
as with my own tiny fists have I.
Well, let's open the envelope and find out what you've won. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
A year's internship as a behaviour coach at Betterment. Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, Betterment is about rehabilitation, Edwin.
Absolutely. And if they don't reintegrate, we retaliate. Just like you did on Liberation Night. Thank you for this award. And stay vigilant. Report the non-cohesives. Be a team player.
That concludes tonight's awards. Join me next week when, hopefully, things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan.
He's just fucking staring down the camera.
Prime Minister Salisbury there at a highly eventful team award ceremony. Any thoughts on this week's winners, Stacey?
The nurse was fucking scary, the pretees were saggy, and that little prick will never lose his virginity.
Okay, well, succinctly put there, if a little profane. After the break, we'll be going live to star-studded premiere. You won't believe who's on the red carpet tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And we're out.
Oh, Alex, one of the...
You know, someone else in this building.
You're off already?
In the room, all by themselves.
I know you had to take the day of work, but you knew, but...
Now,
oh, I see.
Really appreciate it.
No luck still with Theodore.
Sentence tonight without
so sorry, darling.
and reach for the bleep button every time you do. Do you think we could?
I'll speak to you later.
Alex and Winston can go.
Oh, Alex, I completely forgot what I was going to say. Blast it all. Still, I'm lucky to have her.
Things spiraling out of control into some kind of tragic comic disaster.
Yeah, that.
Just like
Happens regularly, nothing major.
He's watching us somewhere.
You wouldn't think they'll just beat a nudist up on stage. What the fuck?
Are you watching us?
Are you receiving us?
Are you fucking with us? Oh, right. So she can swear.
So she could swear, right? No. So what the hell is this? Also, what's this?
To focus on our inner lives, for leisure, for art. We have less stress, and we are healthier than ever.
Patrick and Robin are just going to grab her hand, and then you've got these generic links on the auto cue to glue it all together.
They do know I have a Queen's View degree in journalism.
Bet you wish you'd studied something useful now, eh?
All this bring your daughter to work day. What a joke.
Where is our honoured guest?
I don't know, she's probably sniffing around that boy band, Hotspot.
Heat Rash. Hotspot won it last year.
Heat Rash. Oh, God, they're running out of names, aren't they?
I hear the computer comes up with them, the songs too. Ah, there she is, and just in time too. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
What have you been up to?
What's it to you? And we are going in 5,
She can fucking swear and I can't.
3.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Wishing she wasn't.
Thanks, Stacey. And in this segment, we're delighted to have sent Robin and Patrick to the movies. Yes, tonight is the world premiere of The Automated, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch and the late, great Helena Canterbury Boatshoe.
What is it, mister?
Are out tonight.
Give me a...
We first covered this film almost 5 years ago, back when it was called The Medicated. Then, for mysterious reasons, the film was suddenly pulled the night before its release. Well, since then, executive producer George Focus has spent 5 long years polishing the film and turning it into a special edition premiering tonight. With extensive state-of-the-art visual effects and a top-quality voice team, George says it's the movie he always wanted to make.
Go and stare down, man. Ooh, robots. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I can't deconstruct it.
Is this a wig?
You think I don't grow that?
I'll kill you. Think of Saturn.
There's something on your face, Chief Harrison. I wish you were real, baby. Flesh and blood.
Captain Quasar.
But you're just ones and zeros, baby.
If only I'd noticed.
Captain Quasar.
You rusted, but I didn't notice.
Captain.
I'm buffering, Dick, you said.
Got one on you.
God damn it, blast it all!
Here's a map.
What's a map?
Okay, so head north on
What
into
the
Sun
hell
Island,
is going on?
asteroid belt, and a tricky 3-point turn at Uranus. What are these symbols?
Yeah, Uranus.
Shut it down.
Yes, we could shut it down.
But we have to ask ourselves, who are we?
Gosh, thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey? The robots were alright.
What dot my game
They
make me
certainly
do
were.
that?
Let's go over to Robin Short
with the
now in
lions?
Western Square, who I believe has got the star. of
Oh
the
wait,
show.
oh it doesn't.
Robin.
What doesn't my game?
And we're
You
out
do that
until
with-
after Patrick.
I don't know what it is. Oh,
But yeah.
Needs no introduction. Florence Blunderclatch, how has your evening been so far?
Magic.
Oh, not again.
My most dear friends all gathered here to celebrate.
I hate this part.
Really couldn't ask for much more. Good one.
Well, on that note, with award season just around the corner, are you hoping to add to your collection for a third time?
Well, I really couldn't say. But if the association deigned to honour me for a fourth time, well, so be it. It's really not for me to say. But let's just say that I know of 3 little gold men who are getting rather lonely.
Absolutely.
Because I've won 3. 3
Yeah.
little awards.
And each more deserved than the last. Well, it's safe to say that your career has gone supersonic in the last couple of years. How's that been?
Well, as I was saying to Stephen only yesterday, that's Stephen Spellman, the Stephen Spellman, lovely chap, I mean, unbelievable mind. I said, Stephen, you know, this really has been quite the ride. And you know what he said? He agreed with me.
Wow. And what do you attribute your success to?
Well, if we're talking actual numbers, I'd have to say 60% talent, 30% looks, and 10% passion, brackets general. Not to mention the incredible coverage
Brackets
on election night. That really was the start of it all. That and my own range of sick bags. Lawrence's chum to catch.
Wow, who could forget? Well, it's been a delight talking to you, as always. Thank you so much. Well, Patrick Bannon should be with Lil C for a conversation that doesn't involve vomit. Patrick!
Thank you, Robin. Let's hope not. I'm actually joined here by
Billy Bob Jean Short, and surely you recognize my youngest
What's going on?
pop sensation,
Yes, don't worry.
Lil D. Her Lil C covers album drops next week.
Oh, not again.
She's around. She's not been feeling very well. She's put
I mean, if there's a way to just completely get rid of this, I'm all for that.
her estate, her finances, and her internal soul. Praise Craglaw.
Are there different difficulty levels? I don't know, actually.
She might be along later, but
There might
as a
be.
legal and spiritual guardian, I'll be happy to answer all and any questions on her behalf.
But I imagine you'd select at the start of the playthrough. Oh god.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I feel great. Well, who are you wearing? I'm wearing Little C, and you could be too. Really? Little C's new line launches tonight. This is one of my.
I honestly don't remember if there was like a difficulty thing at all.
Hard to spell, though. But of course,
Oh.
Little C is basically fashion royalty now with a very.
But if there was one, I'm regretting putting it on normal.
The label's gotten some strength
Oh,
to strength since our initial TV launch on this very show, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So really, we have all you to thank for all this. You know, this hat cost more than my second jet. Feel that? Feel that?
Yes, it's a nice hat.
Person.
And Forbes magazine has named me the youngest self-made success story ever.
And do you have any advice for anyone wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Absolutely. All you need to to succeed on your own is your family's financial backing and pre-existing fame. It's not rocket science, people.
Oh, well, but in Siamese, am I right that Lil C's going to
Pre-existing fame, huh?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm sure you can imagine. At 25, she's far too old.
I don't remember that being hard mode when you started. Yeah, I don't remember there being any difficulty levels, but I'm guessing it might be based on choices.
And then her farewell tour the year after that. And that's her last chance to see her. So, until the reunion tour and then the classic tour after that. But it's been a
Which means I've just made it a hell of a lot harder on myself.
Oh, and if her health's bad, then maybe it's for the best.
What's wrong with her health? Oh, yes, her health. Her poor health. And surprisingly expensive treatments.
What's wrong with her health?
Satan, damn your intergalactic justice.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't had to do that. Maybe that's why I haven't gotten a lower score than A. Dang, I thought I was right. I mean, I'm kind of hoping I can get rid of that and maybe get a few A's myself.
Now it looks like Robin is with a music legend who actually is irreplaceable. Is that who I think it is, Robin?
Can you get me out of here?
You have any ads?
That depends. Can you get me one in blue?
Oh. Let's go. Fuck.
Are you referring to your attempt to incite violence against the democratically elected leaders of this country?
I do have ads, but I can't look at them right now because I'm losing broadcast health.
Oh no.
You can't break me when you didn't make me, you understand? See, I'm the voice, I'm the hope. You can lock me up. Call the
Yeah, but they're all predetermined too.
can judge me.
So, what have you been up to since your team cut ties with you?
You know, keep building, keep.
I did get to choose the selection though.
Right now, recorded, directed,
Oh god.
all by myself.
Can we hear a bit of it?
No.
I know I'd love to hear it, and I'm sure the people at home would love to as well.
Yeah, sure, of course. Give me the mic. Yo. The news tried to shut my mouth, but it won't be long until they go south. Cause my name's Big J and you can't stop me. See, no censorship can stop me. Yeah, see, that's all I've got at the moment.
Did you just rhyme me with me?
No! Daddy promised this wouldn't happen again. You're supposed to clap and say, well done, Julian, well done.
Well done, Julian.
Thank you. Now,
Daddy, huh?
ask people that question and I walk away nicely.
Is it true that you're heir to a hotel chain?
He is spitting bars.
And that you're very much alive parent on the run from massive financial holding? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you trying to censor me?
Oh.
Oh, Jay's us there, who really does seem to be going from strength to something. There are just so many stars
Oh,
here
God.
tonight, Megan. It really is the who's who of whatever here. I'm going to see if I can grab a moment with someone rather special. I hope you're not too jealous, Megan. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. But I think Stacey and I are probably in quite enough trouble where we are. So, 3 big names there, Stacey.
Yeah, big names.
Any thoughts about them, maybe from your generation's perspective?
You won't like my opinions.
Oh, go on, try me.
Well, Bumbanonk is so old he's like 1 week away from a transition centre, so who cares? And Lil C was cool when I was like 12 or something, but now she's just another fucking loony. And Jesus is a disrupt-loving wanker who should have died with the rest of them 3 years ago.
You're right.
You agree with me?
No, you're right, I don't like your opinions. But thankfully, we can go back to Patrick now, who has another familiar face to catch up with. Oh, Patrick! Here we go. It's absolutely electric. I can't quite believe it either, but he's here. It's Crazy Neil.
Hey, hi, ho, how you doing?
Neil, our
Oh
audience
no,
has
come on.
really connected with your ads over the years. What's it like suddenly being so popular?
It's crazy. People stop me in the streets, they expose themselves, they write me threatening letters. You know, the stalker has become the stalky. A real taste of Neil's own medicine, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and what's been the most challenging thing about being so famous?
It's places like this. You know, being around actors and rock stars, they're real crazy. And Crazy Neil knows crazy, and I'm used to being the loudest whack job in the room.
Yes, I can imagine.
But I know what you're thinking. Hey, Neil, where's the crazy deal? We got crazy deals on chairs. You ever sit in a chair that knock your socks off?
No, I can't say that.
Makes a mess of the carpet. But what do you say? We got a deal?
Well,
what about Betty Andrews' handbag? It's real leather. It's real cheap. And it even contains our heart medicine. Spicy.
No, really.
You've got the chair. You've got the bag. You're really busting my balls. What can I do to convince you? Let me throw in my wife, Mrs. Neil. It's the latest model. Not a scratch on her. Pearls like a charm. What do you say? We got a deal.
Look, I can't take your wife.
Yes, you can. I got loads of them. Come on down to Crazy Deals. We got crazy deals on chairs. We got crazy deals on meals. We got crazy deals on wheels. We got wheels on meals. Meals on wheels. We've even got endangered seals. And we got meals with endangered seals. Yeah!
Thank you, Neil. Well, it's always a dream come true to meet a hero. How about that, Megan?
Deal, yep.
Man himself, aren't we lucky? Back to you.
Thanks, Patrick. What a colourful interview there on what looks like an
Just see it,
amazing
just gonna
night.
take it.
Certainly know how to make an entrance, I hope.
It's like, you're coming with me, right?
It really does seem to have unstoppable written all over it, because despite Boris Horsey in Hours magazine calling it Lawrence Blunderclatch's overly long suicide note, in a review which ends with the words, and he hasn't even
She's having heart medication.
through,
The fuck?
the film, which is free to all residents of the territories, has seen record pre-bookings and looks set to run for months and months. But let's go back to those lucky few seeing it tonight. Oh, I'm so jealous. Robin, you seen it?
Oh.
Actually, earlier on I saw a double rainbow, and now I'm thinking it might have been ominous, because you'll never guess who just stepped out of a gold Floodmobile. It's only High Flood Mistress herself, Sophia Remington.
Blessed be the Flood.
Oh,
And
come
blessed
on.
be these amazing vestments. They're made by Jacques Paradis, you know. We got him to do the whole clergy.
That's the worst thing about this.
Richest women
I can't really pay attention to what's going on.
to the church. The First United Church of Florida. That's right, our church.
What brought on such a miraculous conversion,
I heard
if you
church.
don't mind my asking?
Well, when you look at it, we owe our
White
entire
church.
lives to Florida. From the day when one of the ancient Remington ancestors made the very first Flard, out of leather, hope, and two of his own teeth, our past and our future has always been Flard. Blessed be the path to the one true Flard.
I must confess, I'm a little surprised to see you out at the movies.
Well, who says religion has to be stuffy? It's right there in the tenets. Tenet 3, be versatile, like the humble Flard. Tenet 8, suit yourself to every need, like the plucky Flard.
Like the
Well,
Flard.
tonight our need was to see the new movie that everyone's talking about. And spread the flub, of course.
Crikey, it sounds like the sort of religion I might enjoy.
Come and join us, Robin Short. Abandon your autocue. Say sayonara to your script. Come and live on our compound. You're cute. You can be one of our wives if you want.
You have multiple wives.
And husbands. Tenet 2, be flexible like the bendy Flard. Tenet 9, be seductive like the flirty Flard.
Crikey, I think that might be a few too many partners for me.
Tenet 13, be at least 6 to a pack like the competitively priced Flard.
Thank you, that's inspirational, I think.
Tenet 6, be dazzling like the shiny Flard. Tenet 16, be thought-provoking like Schrodinger's Flard.
Thank you so much.
Reading this Flard? How many Flards are there?
Like the durable Flard.
I think the film's about to start, so...
Oh, well, in that case, Tenet 15, be punctual like the double wrap Flard with home delivery option.
Hey.
High Flood
What?
Mistress Sophia Rimington there, concluding what has been a star-studded red carpet event for this long-awaited movie. I'm off to see it now, and then I think I might join what could be a sex cult. Back to you, Megan.
Thanks, Robin. Lucky you, and enjoy the movie. The Automated opens in cinemas across the territories this weekend. What a star-studded event, hey, Stacey? Who cares?
You keep trying to get into that wardrobe.
To the cinema these days. Of course. We'll
Big
be
old
back
cray-cray.
after these messages. I still go to the cinema.
You should get yourself a video recorder, like the one at the home.
Well, yeah, I've got a video recorder. It's just not the same, is it?
You're right, it's better. No unevens chatting and chewing all the way through.
Oh, what about a kiss and cuddle on the back row? Doesn't that happen anymore?
In public? What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong with me.
Feeling better? Right, you are. I've got to get set up for heat rash. I think Ronnie's on something.
I know he is. It was on his rider. Apparently it's medicinal.
Ronnie's always high. Give him orange juice.
My God, she speaks.
He's a stupid cunt.
And just like that, you wish you wouldn't.
I could have censored that. It gave me the option to censor. Oh.
We seem to be a bit bunched up at end.
Oh, don't worry. It's Soko.
I'm gonna quickly feed the cat because I haven't fed him yet. That's probably why he's barking.
Here's Megan. She's going to be interviewing you.
Hello. Hi.
This is her. This is Stacey.
Well, hello there, Stacey.
Fuck off, Ronnie.
Okay.
Right. No, I'm sorry, but if we can't be polite, you're going to have to wait in the dressing room.
Whatever.
Do you want to go and wait in the dressing room?
No.
No what?
No. Thank you.
Hey. And sit up straight. You're ruining my shot.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
No co.
Fucking right, Noko.
What's that? What's no?
Bring in 5, 4, 3.
Jesus.
Welcome back. For our final segment tonight, Stacey and I are delighted to be joined by Heat Rash. Their new album, Girls and Why We Love Them All, comes out this weekend. So, let me see if I can get this right. It's Nolan.
I write the songs.
Ronnie.
That's what it says on my tattoo.
Oh, you've got a tattoo of your name on yourself. Okay.
Yeah, in case he forgets it.
This raconteur, you must be Chinny. Why do they call you Chinny?
It's because of this ugly old thing.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh God, you're so fucking embarrassing.
Dale. Crikey, Dale, you do not look old enough to be in a band.
I get that a lot. I'm actually 23, the oldest one. I have a growth disorder.
God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
It's Soko, Preeti.
He's only messing with you.
He's actually 58.
Okay, right, I see. You're going to be a handful, aren't you, boys?
Mum.
And you must be TP. What does TP stand for?
Tiny prick.
It stands for team player.
I see. How long have you had that nickname?
Ever since Nolan decided Terry Prodance was a shit name for a member of a boy band.
No co, Ronnie. Yeah, no co, Ronnie.
No, sorry, what does no-co mean?
It's the opposite of Soko.
Ah.
What's Soko mean?
Soko.
Yeah.
So cohesive. You preties say cool.
Right, okay, thank you, Stacey.
Sorry about her.
Not your fault. She's uneven.
So you guys met through a popular show on one of our rival channels, didn't you?
Yeah, team players with a Z.
So how did that work then?
Well, actually, Dale and I knew each other from school. We were actually classmates. And
Fuck's sake, Nolan, mate. Give someone else a chance. We all went on team players. We all auditioned. The judges put us into bands. And, yeah, we went to their houses and they just put us into bands.
Okay.
It's an example of how we're greater than the sum of our parts when we work in harmony. And occasionally singing it.
So every week on the show, they get these bands and they give them a song that the producer just found from under the bin somewhere.
Actually, I write the songs.
And the public would phone in and decide which song they like best.
Right, and then the losers would be eliminated. Yeah?
Mum.
What?
No-co. Pretty, so no-co.
The band who get the most approval gets to play their song again.
Sure, So what happens to the losers then?
Mum.
What do I keep doing wrong?
We don't use the L word anymore.
What, you mean losers?
Would you please stop saying that?
That word is a pejorative. It's a word designed to diminish. At Go-Getters, I learned very early that we only win when everybody wins.
But, sorry, that's not real life, is it? That's just sports board, no?
Thought you were Soko.
Yeah, I am Soko.
Nah, you're a shrinker. I can't be friends with shrinkers.
She doesn't know what you're talking about. She doesn't understand.
So I do understand, actually, Stacey.
What's a shrinker?
Well, a shrinker.
What's a preteen, Mum?
I think it means someone who's older, doesn't it?
Pre-territories.
It's someone who turned 18 before the new future. We call you pretees.
Uneven.
Mimis. Nonks.
It's not her fault she's old. She can't help it.
I'm not that old.
I'm trying to help you here.
Well, I don't think I need your help.
See? Total Mimi.
Is that so?
Yes, obviously.
You know what the real problem with you lot is? You just can't get over the fact that your beloved Disrupt are gone and you just don't fit in anymore. But the truth is, Disrupt were violent, no-co pricks being led by a fucking psycho. I'm glad they lost, and you should be too.
Listen, not everyone over 30 supported Disrupt, Stacey.
Not everyone, no, but one fuck-off lot of you did.
Soko, Stacey. Soko.
We've all learned maybe a little bit more than we expected to there. I'm genuinely delighted to have met Heat Rash. And before we end the show tonight, I think you're going to sing for us, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. We're going to sing a song from Girls and Why We Love Them All called Pieces of My Heart, which is about a real relationship I had with an actual girl.
Oh, Nolan, give it a rest, mate. No one cares. Go on, let's get on these stools, lads.
Right.
Jeez, all right.
So, Stacey, can I get your contact?
Oh, she's 15. Go on, piss off and sing your song, Terry.
Right, you are.
So, here they are with their latest single, Pieces of My Heart.
Oh, God.
Excited, Stacey?
Not for me, no. I only listen to blip music and a bit of jizzcore. Pop music is...
I know I meant to mention this earlier.
They are.
Apparently these newfangled boy
Gee, don't talk to me when I need a censor. You asshole. Oh my God. I didn't even know I needed a censor because he was just talking to me. Asshole. What the fuck?
Wandered into a bush and grabbed a vodka instead. Took our assets and our wealth and drew them out of the bag. I gave you little pieces of my heart. I didn't know two hearts could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington Smith. I take all of the loves that didn't last and leave them in the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cry. As my old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I don't want you to pay. You make me crazier than Neil today. On Liberation Night, girl, I was sitting beside you.
took a train through all the territories, and we threw away the rules and wrote our personal stories. You took a dozen pieces of my heart. I didn't know the life could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist. I take all of the loves that didn't last, I leave them there, the uneven past. Share the new future.
I think I'm doing a good job.
Snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times you have cried. My old mom used to say, blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play. You make me crazier than Neil. Make me crazier than Neil today. And now I'm staring at your membership card. There's your picture beaming brighter than a handful of
Send me back in time.
pieces of my heart. And leave them in the uneven part. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cried. My old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play. Make me crazier than Neil. Crazier than Neil. Crazier than Neil today.
Fantastic, thank you, Yukash. That was actually really good. Best of luck. Thank you for coming in. Now it's almost time for final thoughts tonight, and I've actually asked Stacey to write a few, and they're just being programmed onto the auto cue now. Now I have no idea what she's going to say, so fingers on that bleep button in the broadcast room just in case. Take it away, Stacey.
My name is Stacey. I guess you know that by now. Don't know
Oh
what to
no.
Anyway, I don't watch the news. There's no need. You hear all the important stuff from your mates, so I don't know what's considered important anymore. But I'm pretty sure that it's not rehashed movies and fucking boy bands, so anyway. I'm going to talk about what's important to me. When Advance were first elected 6 years ago, I was 9 and in a home. Not a family home like you call a home. This was a state children's home. It was fucking awful, actually. It was like a Charles Dickens book. The roof leaked and the walls were damp some mornings. The food was bad. Drugs and alcohol were everywhere. No one cared. You had to watch your back all the time because there weren't enough staff to manage us. And yes, as you'd imagine, there was a lot of... Some bad stuff went down there with some of the staff, okay? Not all of them, but the others knew, and they didn't stop it. And then Advance won the election. And like a miracle, things started to change. They got better. We had nicer food. The home was not just repaired, but redecorated and kitted out with books and sports stuff and musical instruments and video games. Most of the staff were fired, and the new ones, which there were more of, spent time talking and working with the bullies. And you know what? A second miracle. It worked. The bullying stopped. My life got better. Because finally, there was enough money to do the good things, and Advance had the guts to do it. I joined Go-Getters, and on Liberation Night, that gave me a group of friends that I could talk with when the bombs went off and the power went out. Another miracle. I wasn't alone anymore.
And that was the night I finally understood the importance of being in a team. So here's my final thought. I know the people who were doing better under the old system long to go back. You say, we were freer, but what you mean is, we were richer. But for every one of you, there is 100 of me. And even now, after all you've had taken away, you are still doing better than I am, than I likely ever will. You still have homes of your own and families of your own who love you. And I'll never have that. So maybe you should stop looking for the worst interpretation of everything this amazing government does and realise it's not for you. It's for the millions like me. And you can cry and bleat all you want, but you're never going to get your money back because it's already been spent on miracles.
Oh, come on.
Wow, thank you, Stacey, for that. My name's Megan Wolf. My name's Megan Wolf. Keep making tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Is that all right?
Oh, yes, that was more than all right.
Nicely done. I think you might have actually given them something to think about.
So I guess you're going to be taking me back to the home now then?
I was thinking we could go out somewhere and, I don't know, have a meal, talk about our options, if that's okay.
Of course, Miss Wolf. Security will be standing by.
Thank you.
So they're always there then?
There was a thing a few years ago now.
Oh, with that Jeremy bloke? I heard about that, everyone did. Were you here back then? Doesn't look old enough.
She's growing on me.
Ooh.
Yeah, she does that.
I got an E. What the fuck? This part was messed up. Yeah. Yeah. Oof. A significant reduction to pay. A broke as poor. Oh god. Oh good god. So yeah. Is there a difficulty thing to this? I don't even know. I honestly don't know. Yeesh. But which it's hey. Me, I don't remember picking one. Yeah, neither do I, honestly. It must be decisions. Must be decisions. But yeah, we'll be ending the stream there. Let's get some music going, eh? There we go. And yeah, I'll be playing Darksiders 2 tomorrow. For yeah, another 2-hour stream. That would be in, well, it says a day, but yeah, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, come here, yeah. Thank you everyone for coming along. I hope everyone has a great day and night, no matter where you might be in the world. And I'll refrain from eating you, Sliver. Bye everybody. I hope to catch you next time.